everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The Raiders continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Chargers going up against the Raiders. So with kickoff straight ahead, we'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay and Oakland, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Second down following the run. Now back to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On first down, it's Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So 2nd and 10 here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look back. No escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. the shotgun. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss across the 30 to the 31-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And Mr. Cooper, Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college, but Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, I didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Carr, Cooper's got it. And he will have a 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. Wide and
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
We ready?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now Carr. His pass caught at the 4. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
They come up in an offset eye. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
He's got his man on the crossing route. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a gain of 21 that time, and it'll give the Chargers a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there. And it's third down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Third down now following the completed pass. Carr going to try and throw on third down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back, Lap.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Going up top. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. To throw is Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now the offense moving quickly to the line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have two remaining here before we get to halftime. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Throwing his Carr on third down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On fourth down, here's the Raider punter Marquette King to kick it away. They bring the pressure, and this one's a duck. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Carr to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This one taken from the 7. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Here we go. Baby, alert.
Now Carr. Cooper's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Second down following the run.
Check 4. Single receiver.
Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Marquette King now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Leopard! Leopard! Now let's go!
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it third down and 10.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive linemen, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Tight end to the left, tight end left. All right, here we go. Baby alert. There you go, baby. Red 18. Red 18. Zebra. We ready. Red 18.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. And now San Diego getting set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The one running back is Gurley. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. penalty. It's Gurley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Time running out here on the play clock. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now Carr finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the play clock's running down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down. The one running back is Gurley. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd down following the run.
We ready?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. On play action, it's Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And now San Diego getting set to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for San Diego, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.